Hel- Hello, hello. Good evening, you guys. Today is November 19th, 2014. I am so excited to get started with tonight's Google Hangouts. Who is excited? Awesome. So I am very excited to bring you colors of social media. Now, you might be wondering, what the heck does that mean? So let's get right to it, you guys. This is what we're going to be talking about. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so this is what we're going to be talking about tonight. Today, we are going to be discussing what are the colors of social media, what are the different colors, what do they relate to people and relationships, and how to use them in your business. So just to give you a small introduction of myself, my name is Jeanette Prado. I've been in internet marketing for quite a number of years, and my goal is to help young women become network marketing rock stars. But I do have a lot of people that reach out to me, so this can definitely be applied to anybody in network marketing, or if you're just starting, or if you've been in the industry for a while, and it will also help you in your daily life. So let's go ahead and get right into this, you guys. So what are colors of social media? So colors are colors, they are colors that represent different characteristics of each individual person. One color is not better than the other. And you will notice that you may have maybe a combination of these colors. The colors will help you to see issues from the perspectives other than your own. Okay, so let's jump right into this. We're gonna make this a very short Google Hangout. It's gonna be 30 minutes or less, okay? Because I know attention span of people is very short. So what are the colors? We have blue, green, yellow, and red. Okay, so blue. Blue characteristics are usually process-oriented, principles of logic. I'm going to go into more detail, but I'm just giving you a short summary. So yellow are usually relationship-oriented and principles of community. Green characteristics are results-oriented and principles of time. Red is recognition oriented and principles of intuition. You're like, what are you talking about, Jeanette? So let's go right into the descriptions here. So blue characteristics are usually people that have high priorities. They like research, written information. They're very detail oriented. They contain their emotions and methodology and structure. Okay, so what I mean, so people that are blue, they tend to be very detail-oriented people. They like to see things in lists. And, usually when you go on if you've ever gone on vacation or, they're usually ones that follow a schedule, okay? So the low priorities that a blue does not follow usually, they don't like to have spoken information. They usually like to have things written down, hence, like a schedule. They're usually, not about having a like, oh, look at me kind of sort of thing. It's not that they're not spontaneous, but they usually are the type to go out and have a good time. And yeah, so that is the blue, okay? So let's go into the red. So usually red are characteristics are, they usually have high priorities. They like being unique. They like individual achievement. And they have a high spontaneity. They like change and variety. Now, let me give you an example of what a red is. A red is usually somebody who makes very quick decisions. Like, let's say you're on vacation and they tell a blue, hey, you know what, instead of going scuba diving, let's go for a swim in the pool. And, that kind of throws off the blue because they're like, what the heck? So red is very fast and moving, okay? And the low priorities of a red is usually they're not very team player. They're not really into details. It's all about, now. They're not really into planning, as I gave an example, and they're not really big on rules and regulations. Okay, now going into the green. They are very high on priorities. They are big on completion. They're usually very tunnel vision, multitasking, decisive, and efficient. Their low priorities are individualism. They don't really like small talk. So what I mean is they're not big into like talking a lot. So, and there's not really a lot of downtime with them. So I'm going to go into more details so not to get you confused. So let's go on to the yellow priorities. So the high priorities of a yellow are social discourse, peace and harmony, collaboration, caution. So what do I mean by that? They're usually very into the community. They want to make sure that people are taken care of. They usually tend to take a lot of time when talking. They love to talk. They're not really into multitasking. Yellows don't like confrontation. Like they're not, they don't like, pointing somebody out, even though they may know like, oh, this person did it, or, again, they don't like competition. They're not really the spontaneous type because they usually take the attention off themselves, and priority is to take care of other people. So now how do they relate to people in relationships? So we're going to go into some examples here and actually how you can use this in your business. So for example, right here, we have the blues. I think I made this purple. Let's change this so I don't confuse you guys. Let's make it blue. I guess that is a blue. Okay. So if you're talking to a blue, the best way to respond to a blue is saying something like, let's review the exact requirements. Here's the reason why. I'm going to give you a moment to think. I'll put that in writing for you. Let's focus on the process. So for example, if you are talking to a blue about your business, usually they're going to want to see, the comp plan, maybe a picture with, how they make the money, bullet points about the business. They're usually not very quick to make decisions, but usually what happens with the blue is they tend to, take the information, and they definitely can be somebody that's going to stay in your business for a long period of time. So, all right, moving on to, let's go to the green. So a green, good way to respond to a green is like, let's get right to the point. This may help you save time. I need 7 minutes. I bolded it down to 3 options. This is a quick fix. So a green, when you're talking to a green, they are usually very direct. If they say just get to the point, they don't usually write long sentences. So if you're, for example, chatting with somebody on Facebook and, they're very direct to the point, don't take it personally, because that's just how they are. They're just very, quick to the point. Usually, you might have to give just a few, details about your business, or just, they really don't have time to sit there and look at the link. Or if you have an opportunity, like a long version and a short version, send them the short version. So is this making sense to you guys? I might be moving kind of fast here. All right, so let's move on. So we have the yellow. So yellow, like I said, is very, very family oriented. They like to take their time because they really care about the other person. So for example, a way to respond to a yellow would be, many people share your concerns. Have you checked with? Let's look at these requirements together. This helps everybody. Let's make sure it's fair. So they're always about the other person. It's not about themselves. So, yellow is actually characteristics, are very good people in, the network marketing because, it's about really building a team, and really caring about other people. So they tend to be very good leaders. Again, no color is better than another. Now, in your team, it's definitely good to have a variety of these colors, and you may see that you're a variety of these colors, or you could see yourself as two colors. But like I said, the purpose of this video is to really help you to know how to respond to these colors and not take things personally. All right, so let's move on to the red. One way to respond to a red is, this must seem incredibly intrusive. You must be wild. I appreciate your effort. That's a really good point. Let me make your life easier. So usually a red, they love to be, they love compliments, but you have to make sure that you're very genuine and sincere. Don't just automatically assume that if you know that they're red and you give them a compliment and you don't mean it, it can tend to usually upset them. So now let's see here. So is this starting to make a little sense to you guys? Is this kind of giving you an idea of like, oh, I remember talking to a blue or maybe a yellow. A yellow usually, it has really long messages, which is completely fine, but you're like, cool, it's a yellow. So if you have a yellow, make sure, for example, you're responding not just with one sentence, but you're using 2 or 3 sentences because, they might get kind of offended. So now moving on to the next thing, how to use this in your business. If you see, for example, you're chatting with someone on Facebook and oh yeah, I just said that, with long messages, then they're more than likely a yellow. So, let them talk about themselves and respond back with long messages. So if someone is a green, just get to the point. They most likely just want to know what your business is and for you to get to the point. I think I'm repeating myself here. Either send them the presentation or tell them the name of your company in a short summary. Okay, so now how you can relate this to your life. So I want to give you an example. Let's go back to this chart here. Now, let's say that you are a green and you don't like to take your merry time. So do you see how kind of the yellow and the yellow and the green, it can definitely be very challenging, and you can see where there's conflicts. Like, for example, let's say you work as a administrative assistant and you are a yellow and your boss is a green. So a good way for you to respond to your boss is you say, Mr. So-and-so, I need 7 minutes of your time. I boiled it down to 3 options. They love to hear these sorts of responses because you are relating to them. Does that make sense to the characteristic? So instead of, a yellow saying, oh, well, I think that, this is going to take probably about like 15 minutes. You have to just get straight to the point. You have to be direct with your boss, and move on to the next thing, even though yellows have a very hard time multitasking. Not to say that they can't multitask. Again, this is just a characteristic. Okay, so now if we go from, let's talk about the blues. So a blue, is very detailed oriented. And as you can see, this can be definitely a challenge for the reds. So they do tend to, let's see, I'm trying to give an example. So actually, the blue and the red can actually be kind of similar in a way, because reds, well, actually, no, the conflict comes this way. I gave an example earlier. For example, you are on vacation and the blue has a set schedule. We're going to go snorkeling, then we're going to go scuba diving. We're going to go see the fish. And then we're going to go back to the hotel and go swimming in the pool. Now a red, you know, is usually it's kind of like the wild type, which I really like. And they tend to just change plans automatically. They tend to usually make last minute decisions. So this can definitely be very conflicting with the blue. So sometimes the blue, let's say it's a husband and wife, they might have to just adjust to that and kind of just go with the flow. So do you guys have any questions or any examples that you would like to give in regards to the colors? I actually opened up the question box for you guys if you want to ask any questions. Okay, no questions, no problem. So what I'm going to do is we've been actually 15 minutes into the I'm saying too much. See, I've been trying to work on that, you guys. This is my second Google Plus Hangout, so this is very exciting. Just to show you that if you have been shy, jump on and start your own Google Hangouts because you can do it. So I'm going to end this early, and I hope that this brought you guys value. If you have any specific questions on this topic, you know, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I am on Facebook. I am on Twitter. You can reach out to me on my website, which is janetprado.com. And also feel free to reach out to me via email with any questions you have. I am at janetprado@janetprado.com. I wish you a good night, you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.